The bulls race to the highs to close the month. What's the next target higher? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about the fact that the downside was pretty ugly for the bears. It would have to be a diagonal, especially on the NQ. It was pretty ugly. And the bulls were able to hold and push higher on the PCE catalyst, taking it back up to the highs at the close of the month. Now the question is, how high can they push? I'll get into that in just 1 second. But first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so the market shot up early and then spiked down. At the bottom of that spike, I said the bulls really should hold. It did not look like a meltdown was going to happen. We got in down there and rode the market all the way up to the close. Did very well on the day, closed out the month strongly, another winning day. Meanwhile, over in PT's room before lunch, they were making money. After lunch, they were making money. Absolutely killing it. Guys, if you want to be part of this winning team, I'm not sure what you're waiting for. You're missing out on so much fun. Stay tuned for later in the video. But for now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And we got the spike up on the PCE catalyst, then the move back down to test the lows. That's when I told my room it was very unlikely, given the indicators that we use, Elliott Wave and everything else, that they were going to break this low. Now, if they did come down and break that low, it would have led to some nasty selling, but I didn't see that happening today, given the overall indications that we use. We were pretty confident that they would hold, and then once we got that sign of the reversal, we entered long and rode it all the way up into the close. So overall, we're kind of looking at a 1-2 setup here to the upside, where you had wave 1 early in the morning, right after the bell, wave 2 down, and now they're starting on wave 3 up. We have a potential 1-2 here, and then the breakout up. Overall, we'd be looking at 51.50 for the next move, and then 51.28, and then up to 51.74 to give us this wave 3 completion. And this would be wave 5 of 3. So you see the bracketed 4 down here. We'd be completing the bracketed 5, which would complete the bigger bracketed wave 3. Then we'd look for one more low and one more high after that. Now, I will warn to be cautious up here if we start to see a pullback off of this level, because we could be 1 degree off, and this could be wave 5. And if they start to come down, they don't hold this wave 4 low, and you just start to see a meltdown after that. So on any pullback, you should use caution. Look for support to hold, and then once support holds and starts to bounce, you can start to enter from there. Overall, though, this would be what we're looking for, is 51.74, then a revisit of the 50.60 area, and then one more push up towards 5,200 plus to finish the move up off of the October lows. So is there a bearish case? Well, technically, yes. It is possible, since they did not take out the all-time highs here, they came up short, that you could be still in a wave 1 down, a wave 2 up to the high of yesterday, and then you'd be looking for a potential 1-2 breakdown to the downside. But given the height of this push that they pushed back over 51.10, I find that to be very unlikely. But it is possible that the bears could push it down from here and break these lows and then start a sell-off from there. Over on the NASDAQ, very similar to the ES, where the NASDAQ pushed down, held its support, just spiked barely through the 618 support level we've been talking about for, I don't know, the last week or so, and then started the ascent higher on the PCE release, tested the lows, of course, held support as we were expecting, and then came back out, took out the wave 1 high, and are testing the all-time highs now into the close, and closed the month at the highs. So this is another bullish sign over on the NASDAQ that we'd be pushing up toward the about 18.2 to 18.240 area or so, and then a wave 4 back down, and then 5 up to complete wave 3 on the NASDAQ up in the 18.300 area. Then we'd look for an overall push to the 583 area for the NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ is set up very similar to the ES, where we're looking for a push up to 18.300, one more pullback, and then one more push up toward 18.5, 18.580 to give us a top on the NASDAQ off of the lows. And then from there, we'd look for a move down. So both charts in the similar setup, both very bullish at this time. The bear case on the NASDAQ is the same, where this would be a leading diagonal to the downside. It's very ugly. I don't like it. This would be a wave 2. They did hold under the all-time highs, so it is still valid. And as long as they could hold that and come down and break this low, that would be the downside case. but I just don't see that playing out given the structure of the market and the overall targets that we had for quite a while now. I do see the market going ahead and pushing up to those targets next. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It'll take you right over to the webpage. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans. They both come with a 7-day free trial. The reason is I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it. I want to make sure it's for you. I want you to interact with PT and I, interact with the group. Make sure that you are getting what you want before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. We also have our training courses. Our advanced Elliott Wave course is just about finished. We have all of these different complex patterns that we go through: diagonals, double and triple threes, flats, triangles, trading Elliott Waves. Many people know about Elliott Wave, but not how to trade it. We go through that. Everything you need to know about the complex part of the market so that you can understand what's happening when the market starts to chop around. You can see on the screen that many of our users are loving it, and it's helping them understand these complex patterns like we're in right now. Now, if this is too much for you or you're just getting started with Elliott Wave, we do have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course. This course is helping real traders make real money and finally understand the market in a way that makes sense. That's really confusing when good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up. And that's because Elliott knew that the news cycles didn't matter. He knew that key levels did, and he knew how to find those key levels based on his research. This gives you a huge advantage over the rest of the market. This course is 25 videos where I go through 3 sections: the introduction, your chart setup and tools, and the Elliott Wave for Beginners. In the introduction, we go through the expectations, the mindset, and why it works. You go through your chart setup and tools, how to get your chart set up with all the tools we use with Elliott Wave, why we use them, and how, as well as the Elliott Wave for Beginners area, where we go through each of the waves, what they look like, how to measure them, what the key levels are, what the theory of alternation is, the corrective depth theory, the pivot, everything you need to know to finally understand the market in a way that makes sense. The cool part of this, guys, is if you don't want to pay for the course, I completely understand. All of our training material comes free in our monthly membership. So just by being a member of the monthly room, you get the Elliott Wave for Beginners and the advanced Elliott Wave course. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. A midday video. Guys, this midday video goes like 30 minutes a day. There's so many questions. We go over so many different things. I went over all the indicators that I used to show that this move down was likely to not hold and push higher. Everything you need to know about the market or want to know about the market, I answer all those questions on that call. We also give you all of the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing and day trade, so we do trade quite often in my room. And if you're looking for futures trading, income trading, individual stocks, and advanced training, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, futures trading. The income trading, guys, is just killing. You see it every day. He's making money just sitting there watching the market and enjoying a drink. And his reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money. And it's how he structures those trades that's so unique. It's something you really need to see to understand, which is another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, the key takeaways for today: bulls are in control as long as we're above 50.60. We would be looking for the next push up toward 51.50 to 51.74, then a pullback and then a 5th wave up, and then from there a bigger pullback and one more push up towards 5,200 overall. Over on the NASDAQ, bulls are in control. We're looking for our next push up to about the 18,200 or so area, one more push back down, and then 18,300 for the wave 3 target, and then a 4 or 5 from there that would approach 18,500 to complete on the NASDAQ. Any break of this week's low would be a bullish or a bearish sign and a caution for the bulls. Guys, it's the weekend. Grab yourself a drink, get out of the house, enjoy your family, get away from the computers, and I will talk to you next week.